is Stephen James Humberd. I was born in Big Rapids, Michigan, American, and I first came to Izum in 2014, and with my wife. I was living with my wife, Ina, and that's when this trouble started. There was a coup in Kiev, and I didn't pay much attention to it then because, you know, I just came to Ukraine. I was happily living life with my wife. One night there was some shooting. I heard shooting up the hill, up the high hill. There's a tower, tall tower, communications tower, which makes it a strategic point, again, militarily. And I didn't know who was shooting to whom, what's happening. Next day I learned from my wife Ina, that some, I think, Russians, people from the Donbass. There were soldiers, there was fighting in this Donbass area. I didn't understand what that meant at the time. And they think that some soldiers from the Donbass had come and try and maybe destroy the tower. This is all I heard.
You said that when you watched news on the websites, all websites wrote that Russian army is bombing Izum and Ukraine. What can you talk about it?
Well, I didn't know who was bombing whom. The websites. Well, they said for a long time they said that there were. They said, well, they didn't really have much information, because it was so recently. I presumed that the Russians were bombing Izum. I just presumed that because I couldn't imagine the Ukrainian army bombing their own people. I learned later it was the Ukrainian army had done it for propaganda reasons. Because to put fear in the population, the Izum people, to make them afraid of the Russians, make them more determined to resist the Russian soldiers.
What's your attitude to Ukrainian army now and to Russian army?
Boy. I think the Russian army they've treated me personally well, and I think that I can understand why President Putin invaded, because he had to defend the Russian homeland, because NATO they lied. When the Soviet Union fell, they made an agreement that NATO would not move any farther east, bring weapons. But they've been doing that for the past, 20 years, whatever. They've been doing that, slowly coming closer and closer. So, and I understand the Russian point of view that they cannot allow this to keep, come so close to the Russian border. As far as the Ukrainian army, it's of course controlled not by really President Zelensky. It's controlled by foreign countries. And of course, I know young Ukrainian men. I have a friend in Izum, and they don't want to fight. I hope that the war will end soon, and so there'll be no more killing, and life can go back to normal.